here in the Devonport office and I have with me Jesse Wright. Jesse's one of our newer trainers, started with Medics Learning last year, and I'm just going to ask him a few questions about his recent studies. First of all, Jesse, tell us a little bit about yourself and what inspired you to become a trainer.
So my background before Medics Learning was and continues to be in the disability support community. Yes. One of my job duties before Medics involved the mentoring and training of newer staff members. And amongst other roles, I found that to be my greatest passion. Whenever I spoke about that at home to people, they would talk about how my eyes light up when I'm talking about that passion. And so one day I was just perusing, always keeping tabs with the job market, and there was a listing for instructors with a background specifically in disability, and that was the first time I'd ever seen something that appeared to be potentially on my level.
Yes.
So I threw my hat into the ring, really.
Yeah, and here you are. I guess sort of moving on a little bit from that initial application, going through that recruitment process, what motivated you to complete your Cert IV in training and assessment?
It was twofold. Number one, just knowing a little bit about potential opportunities that could open up in the future. Yes. So learning that, having a certificate, a Cert IV in TAE, open up potentially that vocational avenue with that background in disability. And frankly, the only thing better than being an instructor is learning.
Yeah.
I love learning new things.
Fantastic.
So it was twofold.
Yeah, excellent. What's one key lesson or skill that you learned during that qualification that you're excited to use now with your students?
Mm-hmm. One of the main ones, and it's a bit of a cliche to say, but doing the Cert IV in TA allowed me to learn basically the who, what, when, where and why of everything regarding the couple of units I do. Yeah. And pretty much going in depth into all the inner workings of everything within the RTO structure. The main thing it's allowed me to appreciate is there are two constants. You have the students in front of you and you've got the outcomes. Yes. The outcomes never change, but understanding everything in depth allows you to appreciate that from your starting point to the outcomes, there's limitless pathways. Yeah. Every session is different, the learner needs are different, so no two sessions are the same.
Keeps us on our toes.
Yes.
Yeah. What do you enjoy most about helping others to learn?
One of my biggest, pet loves for the role is sometimes there are learners that underestimate themselves because they don't have maybe that confidence in themselves, or they don't have that understanding about just exactly what the training program looks like. So they underestimate themselves, and it's just helping people to navigate barriers, whether or not they're barriers that they put up themselves, but just knowing that it's quite a pleasing thing to understand the barriers people put in front of themselves and using the tricks of the trade to help them navigate those barriers.
And what advice would you give someone that's thinking about becoming a trainer? So there might be someone out there who's listening to this and watching this and thinks, oh gosh, I could be interested in that. What would be your advice?
A couple of things. If you're talking about something that interests you and people say your eyes light up and you beam when you're talking about it, you're halfway there. Yeah. If you've got that type of intrinsic quality and you love giving back to the community or helping others learn new things, those two qualities, I think, will put you in good stead to consider just jumping in and having a go.
Excellent. What's next for Jesse? So you've secured the job as a trainer, you've done your qualification. What's next on your radar?
For at least the next 12 months is to continue doing this job, understanding this job and getting better at the job, especially ever since I've sort of completed the TAA and been in this position for 12 months, especially in the last couple of weeks. I'm really starting to see things from a different perspective, a more positive perspective, especially regarding holding the outcomes as the most important thing, the most important part of the process. Beyond that, I would love to continue doing this type of work until I sail off into the sunset one day.
Whenever that might be.
Whenever that might be, yes. And also maybe one day putting my little toe into the vocational side of things. That's where if there's ever instructors for things like certificates in individual support. That's on the horizon way down the track.
Fantastic. Excellent. Thank you for sharing with us. It's a delight to have you as part of the Medics family and getting to know you and seeing you grow and develop into the role. That's it from us.
Yeah, awesome. Thank you.